Oh boy, I can't wait to see some constructive criticism in my comment section. Let me just... Oh my god! Can you guys be any less unoriginal? Half my comments are just, this game has multiple characters, you play as multiple characters in this game, you know what? I'm going to turn Polygon Squad into an actual game in spite of you guys. But before I get ahead of myself, I need to fix all the bugs in the original game that the other half of you guys told me about. I already know them, you don't need to keep telling me. But before I continue with the rest of the video, I would like to thank everyone who watched my last video. I didn't expect to gain over 1,000 subscribers and 100,000 views, but here we are. I'll try to post videos more consistently, but I can't promise anything. But anyways, let's get started. Now I have two options for what I can do. I can either 1. Continue working on the last version of the game and fix all of its bugs, or 2. Remake the entire game from scratch and fix the bugs while remaking it. You can probably tell which option I chose. I chose option 2. Screw you, you can't tell me what to do. Now I'm still going to use the same sprites when remaking Polygon Squad because they worked well before and I don't want to spend extra time on it. After creating the project, I imported the sprites and started working on the character controller. Since many of you guys have complained that you can't move with the arrow keys, I made such that you can move with either WASD or the arrow keys. I made the shooting the same way it was before, for now. When it came to making character stats, I decided to use scribble objects because it would make it easier to add more characters in the future. I then made each of the characters and gave them the correct stats. I then remembered that many people would use an auto-clicker on my game which would break it. To fix that, I made a shoot rate that was different for each shape, which made them even more unique. This also made it such that you could hold left click instead of spamming it, which felt better. I made the map bigger and started working on the enemies. For now they were basically the same, but that wouldn't stay for long. One thing I did change was that I used scribble objects to make the enemies because I would want to eventually add more types. I made the spawning system work the same way for now. Wait, I just realized this is getting quite boring if half the things I talk about are the same. For the rest of the video, I will only show you what has changed. If you really want to see how everything else was made, just watch my last video after you finish watching this. Although the abilities were the same, I changed how powerful they were. I made the circle shoot way more projectiles, the square now spawns 8 clones instead of 4, the hexagon has a small explosion radius, and the octagon shoots faster in slow motion. With that, I also fixed the infinite square glitch. So if you wanted to see this in the game, too bad, you can't. I then made some post-processing and made it look similar, but not exactly the same. And remember when I said that I don't know how half of these work? I lied! I actually know how most of them work. Keyword, most. I worked on the UI for the character death, and I chose a new font to use. I decided to go with DM Mono, because it looked nice and I wanted a mono font, aka a font where each character has the same width. With how I have written the code for this project so far, it was very easy to add the UI's functionality, only taking 2 hours. Hooray! Hey, we already did that. Yippee! That's better. Now the game was born with just one type of scribble, so I made more. There are now 3 types of scribbles. The basic scribble that will come up to you and bonk you, the range scribble that shoots smaller scribbles at you, and a dash scribble that runs into you like a 4-year-old. I also changed the spawning system to have a random chance of spawning each type. You wanna know how to make any map better? First, just create some shapes. The more random, the better. Then, give them a random size and color, and voila! It still looks like shit, but now there are obstacles in the way. To make it even better, just make the enemies go through the obstacles. Now it is very fun. And for any of you that are saying, but that's too hard, I can't do it, just get better. Now there was this one UI bug that no one noticed. What happened was the health bar would slowly move out of its box. This time, I actually fixed it. After I added a game over screen and a kill counter, I needed to add some music. Now I've only produced music once before, and let's just say it was not good. However, this time I'm really proud with what I made. Just take a listen. I also made sound effects for pretty much every sound in the game. After putting it all together and writing every single sound name in a list, I ended up with this. Now up until this point, I haven't been brutally honest with you guys. If you could give a guess, and you could put this in the comments if you want, on how long I've been working on this game so far, what would you put? 3 days? 5 days? A week? It has been almost 2.5 weeks since I started this project. Now in that time, my last video grew a lot, getting up to over 13,000 views in a day. But do you know what happened right after? It started to die out. And if I don't finish this soon, the video will be completely dead. Now I could say that I was busy with school and didn't have time to work on the game. Or I could just get back to work. Which do you think I did? Now I only have a few things left to add before I have a playable demo of the game. Oh, did I forget to mention that? I'm making this a playable demo for you guys to play so I could get feedback or something. The first thing I made was the title screen, where I added some new things. 1, I added a scrolling background, and 2, I changed the title of the game. I decided to change the name Polygon Squad to Polygon Squad. It tells the main meaning of the game better than the last one. Thank you to SharkDude VR for giving the suggestion. I then made a pause menu that will let you change the volume of the music and sound effects. With that, I also made the music dampen when the UI menu was shown. Sadly, this is not available on the web version of the demo. I proceeded to spend a few hours fixing 2 more major bugs. Like I even made some notes on how I could fix it. No, neither of these solutions worked, and I needed to find another solution for both. I did eventually fix them, and now the triangle can no longer go outside the map, and the square clones don't wander off anymore. I then revamped the ability UI. Apparently, it was really hard to figure out how to use the ability, because I never said it anywhere. So to make it easier for you guys to figure out, I put the word space over the UI so that you would click the space bar. I made the explosion particles for the hexagon using Unity's particle system, and it looks pretty good. I also needed to make a difficulty curve, so I made the enemies spawn faster as you killed more of them, and I added a limit on how many there can be. And yes, I did remember to decrease the enemy amount, so now there are an infinite number of enemies. To finish up the demo, I made the title bob from side to side. It was finished. I finished the demo after almost 3 weeks of work. I made an itch page for it, and I kept the original game up because it shows how much the game has evolved. You can play the demo in the description and give me feedback and tell me what you want added to the game in the comment section. I want to turn this into a full game, and this is just the beginning. I have a lot of things I want to add, but I can't do it alone. I want you to give me ideas for what I can add to the game. I can't add everything, but there's a chance that your idea will be in the game. So subscribe so you won't miss any future uploads. And you should also go and follow my socials to be updated on other stuff. Wait, I don't have a Discord server. Yet. If this video gets 500 likes, I will make a Discord server. But until then, see you next time.